Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Ricky's Fam Bam. Okay, so just real quick, there's gonna be a different video. Um, Usually a video of us unboxing something, doing something crazy. But this time we're gonna switch it up a bit. Sorry, there's a bunch of dogs barking, but basically, my weight has been crazy as of lately, and it's getting worse. So, I've been here before. Last year, I want to say last year was my best year in the sense of working on my weight, diet, doing better. I believe at the end of 2 years ago, 2023, I was about close to 300 pounds, and that was about the heaviest I've ever been. And had a friend that introduced me to a program called 75 Hard. I didn't know anything about it, but this is a friend that I grew up with in high school, and then he posted a picture of himself, when he started, and then 75 days later, and it was night and day. It was just a big difference, and it was crazy. Immediately after that, I asked him what it was. He told me 75 Hard, and then I remember 2024 started, and I really needed a lockdown, just to do better, make better decisions, and work on myself. So I decided to start 75 Hard. I really stayed on top of it religiously. I want to say I did it every single day that first sesh of 75 Hard. And I went from almost 300 pounds all the way down to 235 pounds. And I was very proud of myself. You could definitely tell the difference. I was getting a lot of compliments. I was doing well. Well, after the first initial 75 ended, we went on a cruise, bottomless food, had a couple drinks here and there, bottomless drinks, just doing a good life. We went to a couple of different countries, so there's definitely food involved and stuff, but I figured, whatever, we're on vacation, it's fine. Go out there and indulge and have fun. When I get back, I can do it again. So we get back, and I weighed myself. I went from 235 to 248. And I was upset, yeah. I was maybe a little upset, but I figured as long as it's not 250, that's cool. I'll get back to it. A week went by. I didn't start. 2 weeks went by. And then I kind of started, but not really. Like, I would start, but not commit. I'll do it here like one day, and then stop for 2 days, and then I'll do it again for like another day, or like half of the 75 Hard, just because 75 Hard is made up of like there's like 5 different tests that need to be completed every single day. And I would do some of them, not all of them. So sorry about the background noise, you guys. I'm walking as I'm doing this. Anyway, eventually I said, you know what, I need to really buckle down. So then I want to say about 3 months went by afterwards, and me and my wife decided, okay, let's just buckle down, let's do it. She wanted to do it with me, so we went ahead and we buckled down, and I went from that 248 all the way down to 232. This is 2024, and that was the lowest I've ever been. I was like, okay, cool, this is great. I think 232 or 233, something like that. Anyway, and that was just at the beginning, and I was like maybe 3 weeks into it, and I was like, I was seeing results, and I was like, okay, cool, this is gonna be it. And then I just stopped. I don't really remember why I stopped, but I stopped. Anyway, now we're in 2025, and I am back at 250. Just weighed myself this morning, and I decided that I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be at 250 anymore. So I'm gonna start the 75 hard again. The only difference is this. Okay, so 75 hard. Okay, so that's a podcast that Andy Frisella made. You guys are able to listen to the podcast. I will find it and link it on the bottom of this video because I listened to it. It's about 30 minutes. And honestly, it was one of the best things that could have happened because it was very, very straightforward. Now here is the 5 things you have to do, plus my 6, which I'll tell you at the end. The first one is you have to have 2 workouts per day. Sorry, it's kind of loud over here. And then the only thing is, these are the requirements. They have to be 45 minutes each one of those 2 workouts, and you cannot put them together. So for example, I wouldn't be able to do a 90-minute workout and call it a day right now. I would have to do 145 now and 145-minute workout later. Now, one of them has to be outside. One of your workouts has to be outside. So that's why right now I'm just on a 45-minute walk outside, and that's what I'm doing. That's my first 45-minute workout. I will go work, and then I'll do my other 45 later today, whether I go to the gym or I'll do it at home. But those are the 2 45-minute workouts every day. They have to be done. You can go as hard as you want. That's up to you. But getting them done is the key. I'm gonna walk. I'm walking my dog, chilling. Right, so this is my first workout of the day. Second thing that is important for this 75 hard challenge is a gallon of water a day. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. Doesn't matter, what time. Doesn't matter if you drink more than the gallon. Doesn't matter if you could drink a gallon, no problem. The point is doing it and drinking the gallon every single day. Now, everybody might have different methods on how to drink a gallon of water. Some people drink a bunch of 8-ounce bottles. What I like to do is I like to buy a gallon of water from like a 7-Eleven or a grocery store or whatever. And then what I do with that gallon is I keep filling that same gallon up moving forward. The night before, never the day up. If I ever get lazy and don't fill it the night before, the next day I will most likely be running late to something and I won't get my gallon, and I would just end up putting water in a bottle and not lose track if I did it or didn't do it, or when I drink enough water. And sometimes I end up drinking more water, which is not bad, but I'd rather know where my goal is just because I prefer it that way. So get yourself a gallon of water and then keep track of it that way. And then, like I said, at the end of the night, fill it back up and then you should be good. So basically, unless you're able to count bottles and all that stuff, then that's up to you. But that's what I like to do. Gallon of water, fill up my containers throughout my day, and that's it. All right, step number 3. Step number 3 is grab a book that is a growth book. Not like a fairy tale or anything like that. Grab a book that tells you about entrepreneurship, teaches you about how to grow a business, teaches you life, real life things to do, motivational, how to push forward, health, anything that will teach you in a way to grow yourself or to start your own business and just get better at doing whatever it is that you do at life. And if you ever feel down, you can read it and pick up motivation to push through that day. Now, this book, it doesn't matter which book it is, as long as it's about growth. And you have to read at least 10 pages a day. Now, I found it to be easier for me to read when I go to the gym, I go to the sauna and read a few pages. Also, after usually my morning walk, I could sometimes have more time to read, or I'll take it with me to work and I'll read during my lunch break. And then that way I cut out. Sorry, there's a bunch of cars. On my lunch break, I'll go ahead and read, and that way I cut out a bunch of the social media and all that stuff and actually work on that. Now the fourth one is even more important than all of these. I think it's the probably the most expensive and the most important one, and the hardest one to figure out. That's pick a diet. I don't care what diet you pick. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you want to just eat rice, chicken, and veggies for every single day. The only thing is, there's no such thing as cheat days. None of that, like, oh, I had my... None of that, okay, I've been on the diet all week. Sunday, cheat day. No. There's no such thing. 75 hard means 75 days straight. No such thing as cheat days. Your water, your workouts, your diet, your book, every single day. The diet that I chose is paleo. I found that paleo is one of a better diet for me to fit me. My wife doesn't do paleo. She does a different diet. And sometimes there's stuff that I can have that she can't have, and that's perfectly fine. There's sometimes stuff that she has and I'm like, wow, that looks good, and I can't have. So do your research, fit one that fits your budget and also that you will enjoy. And there's variety in it because you will be doing this for 45 days straight. So again, sorry about the noise. We're out here walking. But yes, step number 5. This is the final step if you listen to that podcast. Take a selfie every day. Guys, all the way down to your boxers. Girls, boxers and bra. Every single day. Now this is the part that I won't be sharing with you guys. I share it at the very end of the challenge, maybe, depending if I feel comfortable sharing that on the internet, but I will be doing them. I have to do it. I have to stay on top of it, right? It's gonna be weird the first couple of days just because you're not gonna see a difference and you're just probably gonna see your body. But at the same time, take that as motivation. If you see your body, you're not proud of what your body looks like, not happy of where you're at, just motivates you to work harder the next day, you know what I mean? And to not give up and to keep doing it every single day. So that's the way I took it that first time. I did not like what I was seeing, and by the time I was done and I was down to 235, I was very happy with my results then. Now this time around, I'm back up to 250, but the goal is to be in the low 220s by the end of this whole thing. If I go lower than that, then great. Now, it's not just measuring the number. Obviously, if you guys know me, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm about 6'2", so 215 to 290. 190 to 215 is probably my range for probably like a healthy weight if we want to put it in some sort of a bracket. But obviously working out and putting in some muscle weight is also healthy. So that would be the goal towards the second half of the 75-day hard challenge for me, which will include more weights than it is cardio. I like to start mine off with cardio just to get a little bit lighter and be less tired and more motivated to move around. And then towards the second half, then we'll crank up a little bit and try to get some more of a weight workout in. Now, those are the 5 things to complete 75 hard, which I will be doing. But I told you guys that I'm adding a 6th step to it. And the 6th step is to bring you guys along. My goal is to record every single day and I'm gonna drop a video every single day. So this will be video for day 1. And hopefully this will get me motivated to get back into YouTube as much as I once was. And I'm able to complete it because I think it'll be good for me and it'll be fun for you guys to watch and see some of the challenges, because there will be challenges throughout my journey. Okay, don't mind the grass cutting in the background. But anyway, yes, YouTubing, try and record as much as I can. It'll be the easy days, it'll be the hard days, and I want to bring you guys along for it. I'll even share like the book that I read, food that I'm eating, and it'll help me stay a little bit more accountable for stuff. So that's what it's looking like that we're gonna be doing. So we'll see. Yeah, like I said, this is day 1. So right now, The way I track, by the way, my workouts, I have an Apple Watch. Right now I'm holding the dog, but basically there it is. And every time I go out on a workout, I turn it on. So right now we've been walking for about 42 minutes, 3 more minutes of this. Go back home. I gotta make myself some breakfast. For the paleo food, it's not too hard. I could basically eat any meat except for, like, I don't know, pork is weird. I think I could eat bacon. That's about it. Plus, also, I'm not a big fan of pork, so I don't really care for it that much. But the only thing I will eat every once in a while will be bacon. So right now for breakfast, if there's bacon, I'll make myself 2 strips of bacon, and I will scramble about 3 eggs, and then hot sauce. I could eat as much hot sauce, any hot sauce that I want. So just hot sauce, eggs, bacon, maybe sausage if I don't have bacon, or ham with eggs, and so on. That, and then I'll start drinking my water, because I haven't had water this morning, which is not good. I usually like to have water before I go on my walk, but I really wanted to get the walk going today. So yeah, drink my water, and then we'll go from there. All right, so today is day 1 of my 75-day challenge. Now, remember I told you guys that things are gonna happen. So when I got back to the house, I actually did not eat breakfast, and then you know how I told you guys about the gallon of water? Well, I did not fill up my gallon of water yesterday. So definitely that sets you guys back a lot. But here is the thing though. So today there is no lunch. I didn't bring lunch. I had to go to work, and I did installed some headlights to my truck, which maybe decision making wise, maybe I shouldn't have installed the lights. I should have gone inside and had some breakfast or whatever. But now I could actually show you guys today. I'm on my way to work. I didn't bring a lunch, so I can show you guys how I can still eat paleo and how much money I have to spend per day if I don't make lunch, or how much I'm gonna have to go spend, and also how inconvenient it is when I don't bring lunch, because now I gotta figure out. Because now I gotta figure out what am I gonna eat for lunch, and then I have to make sure that it's paleo friendly. Also, because I didn't get my gallon, I had to buy a water bottle. I did bring a canister of water, which this was a pretty big one. So I'll have some water, all right, but it won't. That's not my gallon, and I feel that if I try to stretch this throughout the day, it's gonna be harder for the end of the day for me to complete my gallon of water. So with that being said, I'll show you guys the inconvenience of not bringing a lunch and how much it sets you back if you don't plan ahead for this challenge. It's one of those challenges that makes you really responsible, so you have to kind of stay on top of it. And then on top of that, I did bring my book to read. This is the book I'm reading right now. It says Common and Then We Rise. It's actually a pretty good book. It's about how Common went from just hip-hop and stuff like that into actually taking care of his body and the way his raps mean and what they mean to him. But anyway, that's also going to be difficult, because now I was supposed to read my book during lunch. Now I have to go search for lunch on my lunch. So stay tuned and see what we end up finding for lunch. All right, so this is the plan for right now. Breakfast, there's no actual food, but I can have coffee. So I went ahead and ordered coffee at Starbucks. Now, this is a Trenta coffee. It's not even like on the menu. It's just like something that my wife helped me make up, which is actually within the paleo stuff. It's like sugar-free stuff, and I don't think it's half and half actually. I don't know. I'll look at the order later, because my wife's the one that made it. But I know it's paleo friendly, and because it's like so not in the menu, I was actually able to use my stars. So I used my stars to get this cup of coffee for free. Get away. But I won't pay anything right now. So that's the first item for the day. I'm gonna stop by right now, get myself that coffee, and that coffee's free. So there you go. And then we'll find out what I'm gonna eat for lunch later. All right, we got the coffee. Over a curve. All right, we got the coffee. Here it is. They actually tagged up my name on it. I'm just gonna pull this. I don't know. But yeah, just regular coffee. I'll read right here. They put 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla syrup, and then light creamer, and then cinnamon powder. That's basically it. That's all that's in this cup. And that's breakfast for today, I guess, for now. So, all right, guys. So, I'm on my I'm on my break, but I think I figured out what I'm gonna eat for lunch. I think there's like a Mexican restaurant across the street. I'm gonna ask for a steak, carne asada, just flat steak. That, and I'm gonna see if they have cacti, like diced up cacti or vegetables cooked with the steak, and then might just have that by itself with some hot sauce. So we'll see if they have that, and that's what I'll have to eat for lunch. If they don't have that, then maybe they'll have that breakfast. I know it's not gonna be breakfast anymore, but I'm gonna ask for just scrambled eggs with either onions or tomatoes or something, and then just eat that with some sauce, and then just water. Still drinking my coffee. Right now it's about 11:42 a.m. My water bottle's still full, so I have to work on my water today, but we'll see. And I'm gonna start reading my book for now. So, yeah, get some pages in. All right. All right, guys, so obviously that food was not the correct food for me to eat. However, I went in there and I asked for just a steak or whatever, and they said that they were going to charge me a regular price for the meal. So with that being said, I was like, you know what? I wasn't prepared. That was one of the things I did tell you guys. I had to prepare ahead of time. I wasn't prepared. I didn't cook. I did wrong time management. I did. So I'm gonna take the L for the day. So even though today was supposed to be my day 1 of 75 hard, it's not gonna happen. I have to restart. So even if I'm on day 74 and I screw it up, I have to start all over. It doesn't count. It has to be 75 committed days. You can't like miss one thing and then just be like, okay, whatever. It's just not one thing. No, 75. It's gonna be hard. That's what we call 75 hard. So it is what it is. So today I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I have my food ready, that I have my gallon ready to go, that I get my workouts in. For the rest of the day, I have things to do. I'm gonna do my regular things. I'm already off of work, so it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna take the L for the day. But there you go. That just shows you guys that yes, preparing ahead of time is key in this. If we don't prepare ahead of time, then most likely we're not gonna get it done. I'm not gonna, accomplish my goal, which is not what I want to do. I want to make sure that I get this done and I get it done correctly. So, with that being said, tomorrow will be day 1 of 75 hard. Now the goal is for me to edit this, and this is out to you guys by tomorrow morning. So you guys will only be like a day behind, but basically, thank you guys for watching. I'm excited for this new journey of recording the 75 hard and bring you guys along with it, and see me screw it up when I do screw it up. I hope I don't, and I hope I succeed, and then I bring you guys along to see me succeed too, and hopefully you guys are happy for me, or hopefully you guys learn something new. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for episode 1 of this journey. Peace. We're out.